then Maximus, you did your thunderclap.
Yeah, that was 25.
All right, 25. What type of damage?
Force.
Force. All right.
And
where are you moving?
I appear next to Saber.
All right.
Hi. It's like.
You just see
Hello,
after
Saber.
you appear next to Saber,
hello.
the tree is just like shaking back and forth. The leaves that are now just ambered ash just start falling from it. It's kind of like lost all of its branches up top. It's still standing, but it's.
And then for bonus action, I'm gonna do second light.
Got it.
I regain 11 health.
You roll a 10.
Yep.
Nice. All right, Oscar.
Well, I'm gonna finish charging the rest of the way to the tree. I'm still raging, so I'm going to axe and then axe. That's in that 20. I'm not gonna cock it
Alright.
or remove it.
So roll for damage.
That's 24.
Oh my god!
Oh. That's just on the dice roll. That's not without adding my strength modifier. 5 plus 2 more for the
Rage.
yeah.
So 7 more.
31 damage?
Yeah, my first attack.
Oh my.
Can I get a repeat?
Yes.
No. That is a.
Use the.
That is a 21.
Alright, that hits.
That is a 13 points of damage.
Alright. So it's not actually a charged attack, but you're running joust sort of slash. These things don't have traditional legs, but a giant root of it is just cleaved straight through, and it just falls off to the side. It doesn't bleed per se, but you see some sap just dripping directly from this. And then you try and get into that sap and do like an uppercut jam to try and like cut straight into it, but that one doesn't go as far.
Okay.
Larger ahead! He tries to, the guy behind you tries to aim above you.
And as he says, I'm just gonna take the shield and rub it like this.
That shot goes wide.
Please don't hit me.
That shot does not. So he's going to fire off once, fire off twice. That one's going to blast into where the eye socket's going to be, and the object that has been fired is just going to rattle on the inside. So it's like a little bit of jingle bells happening. And he's going to take that much. But now you see him kind of break his object as he starts shoving things into the elongated metal part.
I'm just gonna look and do just.
Like you see him visibly snap it in two.
Yeah, I'm just
He doesn't look upset though.
I'm just gonna look confused. Just.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So to retaliate, the big guy in front of you is going to attack. That's going to be a 16 on the first hit.
Yeah, no.
How about a 21?
Fuck you.
All right, so that is going to be 17 points of bludgeoning. He notices that you kind of, well, okay, so 17 and a half, which is rounded down to 8. So he sees you put up his buckler. He slams down towards the buckler. You kind of like parry it off a little bit, and while you're doing that parry motion, he just like slaps you in the side with his other hand.
I'm definitely doing a ting. I'm gonna do a ting now.
Remember, no
ting.
spells.
All right.
It's a
The treant next to the mysterious long weapon man is going to edge towards his direction. Yes, if you can move that guy.
Oh dear.
That one's gonna hit. That is a number. That one's gonna miss. So he goes over and he takes his two hands and double slams him, but the top hand is a little bit too high, so it misses. The second hand, on the other hand, is just gonna slap him straight across the back and like barrel him forward a few times. The guy looks back to you and just like, "Where did he go? He told me to run." So he is going to take that. This mysterious visage that is now in front of this tree end is going to look to you. He's gonna attempt to like slap your face around a bit. 29.
29 hits.
That is going to be 17 points of bludgeoning damage. And 16.
16 does not hit.
Alright, so he slaps you once, but when he slaps your head, you kind of rear it upwards a little bit, so his second swipe misses you. Saber.
Right. I am going to. I'm going to take a bit of a long shot and go for this guy.
Yeah, you have a clear shot? Because they're trees.
Just aim for the tall thing.
Alright, and that is the one that you still have the hunter's mark on.
Yep. And as such, I'm going to shoot at it. I'm going to shoot it with my new bow. So I take 1d6 damage.
Alright.
Cool.
You take 2 points of damage.
Yep. Of course. And now I fire. That is 21.
That hits.
Right? So that is my normal damage, and then the 1d6 for the hunter's mark. Alright. Oh, that was a 1.
No.
Is that a total?
And then so total that would be 6 plus 5, 11.
Alright.
What does the bow do?
So,
If it dies within the next minute, I heal for blank d4.
Ah, okay.
So, as you're notching back the bow, you kind of, in your head, give it the authority to take a piece of you, and you kind of feel a tingling sensation from your hand that is holding the bow as you fire the arrow. And you don't know how, you just feel a sense of yourself part way when you launch that arrow and embed itself into the tree. Alright, anything else?
Nope.
Alright, Keith,
Question.
answer.
Can I feel my key in my claws?
No.
Didn't think so.
Basically, everything that was you is not you now.
It's just your
Did you roll
alignment
for
and your
breath?
personality.
That's right.
That's the only thing that stays.
You have your breath back.
I just want to see this dragon like kung fu fight.
I know, I want to see a kung fu dragon.
Go Mushu!
Oh,
man.
You might be able to hit him again.
I think that's actually a safe angle this time.
Yeah, no one's in there.
Will you get both of them?
They should both still be within 40, right?
It's a cone too, so it just gets
No,
one.
it's a
No, it's
line.
a straight line.
Oh, it's a straight line?
Straight
I'm
line.
sorry.
It's a beam of fire.
It's a beam, but due to
I'd say
the
you'd be
cylindrical
better
nature of a
if you
tree, you're not entirely sure that if you might hit.
Because he moved a little out of that line.
No, I was thinking about going here.
You would take, if you are trying to get to that side, then you would take an attack opportunity from this one tree.
Will you? Can I use my key to get my
You don't have
You
key.
don't have key.
What do you mean I don't have key?
You're not
You're the dragon right now. You do not have
The
key.
only thing that you keep,
No, you're not the monk. You are the dragon right now.
if the only thing that stays with you when you trick polymorph is your alignment and your personality. Everything else is changed.
Everything else is that animal.
Oh. All right. So you would hear a growl, Maximus, you fool. I will attempt to grapple the treants.
You will attempt to grapple a tree.
Just flies over to Maximus and gives him a stern talking to. Now listen here.
Then all of a sudden,
Advantage
chances
grappling a tree.
only in D&D.
Only as a dragon.
Oh no!
Oh.
That was a terrible roll.
What's the dragon?
Blah 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 blah. Do I get my skills?
You do not get your skills. You are the dragon right now.
Okay. 7.
This tree, while it's bent down to slap the questionable man, you try and glide over to it, and it has like the residual still swinging motion, and you just lean back just in time to not get hit by that while you were trying to grapple it.
So I take my attack of opportunity?
Well, no, it's not moving, but it's just thematically that's why you missed it.
Other one.
Oh yes, the other one is going to hit you.
That.
That's cracked. 29. This one is going to just try and claw at you while you fly away. It's going to hit your tail, but it is going to deal.
Oh, I haven't even taken to the air yet.
Well, are you like crawling across the ground?
Uh-huh.
All right, then it's just going to pat you on the back. I say pat, but it's 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow. Felt like a firm smack.
Oh no, you're down to 76 of temporary hit points. Alright, it is going to be the mysterious man's turn. He's going to be like, I guess I'll try again? Because he sees that there's another creature flanking it.
Ah.
Was it an ally flank bonus?
That's a natural 20 with a flank.
Because I did yell the dragon was friendly.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's
Okay.
what he's getting the flank
Okay.
bonus from.
Oh man.
I don't want him to get the wrong idea.
Alright, so
Oh boy.
excuse me. You just hear a big boom, but this time you see bark shatter across the side of the tree and just sparks go flying because the fire that is currently engulfed around this guy is still sort of burning him. He goes in for another swing. That one, not a natural, but it still hits it. That one's not going to do as much. But yeah, he's just beating into this thing with his bludgeoning. I'm going to get it eventually, with some help. Victor.
You made a new lumberjack out of him.
My weapons aren't built for this.
Oh man. I got a few options to me. I think. Okay, I
You
obviously.
can still hit this. You
Yeah.
can still hit that tree.
I'm just gonna go for this one,
All right.
and I'm gonna hit it with a firebolt since it is nowhere near any other trees, so it should be fine.
No.
No?
It's not near any other trees.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
It is a tree. It burns.
Yes, but
yeah,
it's not
and
gonna
these
burn
trees,
anything else.
These trees aren't really dense. At minimum, they're 40 feet away from another tree.
Okay, so it's not too big a concern if that it's
No.
gonna spread.
You're
Alright.
not gonna spread this again.
Okay.
Otherwise, we'd be taunting him a lot.
Sorry. That is an 8.
That is going to be 16.
That it?
That will hit. Alright. And see, firebolt, that is 2d10. And go to the Doritos. Hang it. That is going to be 9 points of fire damage.
Just turns into ashes and crumbles towards the side. Woo! The mysterious man. Everything's going in the flames.
Huh? Oh, hey Jeremiah.
Bleeding devils, that Victor?
Hi.
Benjamin! Victor's here! Affirmative! Take out guys! Maximus, back in the top.
Never change.
Look at my bag for a second. They go, yeah, firebolt.
Which one?
The one closest to me.
Got it.
I was gonna pull out a fireball until I saw that one just crumble. Does an 18 hit?
An 18 hits.
Fire.
Alright. Just burns into the root and it starts like crawling. The fire itself just starts crawling up its leg and it's just trying to pat it out. Anything else?
Nerdz.
Alright, Oscar.
If
You're
I was-
still in rage.
I know, if I was to range chop, would I be able to use an item as my secondary attack?
No. No. That using an item is your action.
Because I was gonna throw a stick of dynamite in this dude's face.
I mean you can, but you can't attack twice then.
Screw it, chop chop.
Chop chop. It's the chop chop with Oscar.
That is 16.
Alright, that hits.
11. How's he looking?
He's looking like he is not a sapling anymore. He wishes he was a sapling. He's pretty worse for wear.
Oh,
I will
Oh,
aim
man.
right for the grundle.
If Freeze had
You got the
grundles,
dangly
Get him in the
bird.
walnuts.
That's 20.
okay, that hits.
That is 11 points of damage again.
Alright. So,
Just want to try to split it up the middle.
you take your axe where it was previously located, and you're a blacksmith by trade, not an engineer, so you're not entirely sure what a fulcrum is. But you kind of like edge it on your shoulder, and you try and just jut every single hit upward. And with the rattling that came from the inside, this one hasn't been hit with fire, but last thrust upward, it's an old tree, and it gives way and parts in two.
Yes.
You notice, as soon as that one parts in two, the tree that is behind Turedki and in front of the caster and the ranger, that one, while wailing away, stops motionless.
Before anything else happens, I need to speak in Draconic. Key! Roll around on the fire until it's gone.
Oh, right.
That was your plan?
Yes. Because he's immune to fire.
And just see as you realize that could have gone wrong.
Okay, so that one's dead, and since the primary target is dead, the other one is unanimated.
Just imagine.
Pad out the fire.
Just imagine seeing a fire-breathing dragon that's huge and amazing, and then just see it roll playfully on the ground at the fire.
So you take a little bit of time. You also use your wings to like snuff out the fire, and it's mainly the two that are in front of you. The one behind you has embers on it, but it's not incinerated like the other two were. So you take about like maybe a minute or two to attend to that.
Computer? I'm so glad that works.
Minimus is just like, can I
Was it? So how do you like being a dragon?
I don't feel like myself. I can't feel my self.
Yeah, you can lose a bit of that. Snap them out.
Alright.
It's like take a moment. It's like, oh, yes.
But you didn't
My
bring
hands.
You bring the beam of fire,
yeah.
though.
It's not key.
It's scare fire.
So, two
Spicy.
gentlemen in question. The person on the right-hand side, the non-colored figurine, you see him in half-plate armor, but it's half-plate where it's kind of stitched together, but it's nice and neatly kept. It is a humanoid, probably somewhere late 20s, early 30s, and he seems to have two rather large bracers, one on each hand, that seem to be pseudo-metallic leather in nature, and they've got like little knobs on them. He doesn't have a 1,000-year stare, or a 1,000-yard stare, but he seems to be very attentive to his surroundings, but that's it. The other guy in question, his armor is also a little bit half-plate, more close to the studded side. His armor actually looks more regal attire. Something more like of a noble upbringing rather than just a common half-plate that you can buy off the shelf. The object that he has in question is a rather long pole that has a metal box with a half crescent donut on the end of it. So you people who were closest by, you saw them using that large metal box as a bludgeoning weapon. There is a single possible lever that is sticking out the side of the box, the bigger side. So it's like a rectangular box, and there's like a stick sticking, a metal shaft sticking out that side. Yeah. So you have these two people.
I think we all regroup at this point.
Yeah. We just don't need to move the figurines.
Jeremiah! I just go up and give him a big ass hug.
Oh, it's been quite some time, Victor. I mean, once again with the trance, don't you?
Yeah, that seems to happen a lot with us, doesn't it?
Who are your compatriots?
Oh, let me introduce. Guys, this is my friend Jeremiah.
Hello.
And that guy over there is Benjamin.
Greetings. Very stoic and tall in nature.
He's very...
The other gentleman, he seems to be like rather early 20s. So he's younger than any of you.
He's not a very talkative type. Anyways, guys, this is Maximus. He's a wizard.
Hi.
This is Oscar. He's awesome. This is Tureki. He's pretty cool. Very
Punchy.
It's down there.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
He has magic hands.
And
You
this
can also turn into a dragon.
That would be Minimus.
And just Minimus is like, hello, and then just floats back.
Oh yeah, that's our fairy.
Oh, you have you have been meeting a lot of new people.
Been going a lot of places ever since we got separated.
Yeah, it seems like it. I mean, we have been a bit of traveling ourselves.
Oh, by the way, this is our cat.
Meow.
He's trained, right?
No,
He's our
that was just a joke.
Oh,
I'm a tabaxi.
moving trees, talking cats. Wonderful day for meeting new people.
Have you ever seen Walking Flesh?
I have seen flesh move, and I have seen magic be done, but walking flesh might be a new one. Besides,
Yeah.
all of us.
It's pretty docile until you stab him in the face.
Huh. Anything's docile until you do that.
Mm.
I want you guys to make perception checks.
Got it.
Okay.
Yay.
All right. Nice. So
26.
I'm just going in order.
20.
23.
13.
26.
18.
Alright, so you all tend to notice that Jeremiah, he has like an upbeat, cheery attitude, but he's kind of like holding back his pain that he's currently feeling. He's a little bit worse for wear, but something that you do notice, his left leg up to his knee is wrapped entirely in bandages, just white gauze. But what also is troubling is that it's not bleeding.
Oh no, no. Oh.
Jeremiah, what's that?
I'm gonna automatically walk over, put a hand on his shoulder, 10 points of lay on hands to him, grab the bandages and rip them off.
Oh, that feels. Oh, please. Okay, so the very first thing that you notice as soon as you rip it off, it goes immediately from armor straight to stone.
That's not what I was expecting.
Oh,
His entire leg is just engulfed and turned straight to stone, and you notice that the bandages probably weren't to stop any bleeding, but to stop the cracks from forming, because there is 2 cracks that are surrounding the piece that might fall out if not kept around with the gauze, because they don't have tape.
Well,
Please,
that's better.
he's like tries to
That's
scrabble
better
back
than I
and grab it
expected.
from you.
I'll rewrap.
Just
I'll
like,
help him rewrap his leg.
oh, thank goodness it's only stone.
Yeah, I know. I was worried for a second.
Only stone, yes.
Really, think about it. Stone is much better than the alternative.
and a lot easier to magically cure.
I wonder, do you think... I don't know if that would work. I'll think about it.
He looks concerned now.
I just grabbed
You-
him. I just grabbed
You
your.
see his face, like, he was so happy-go-lucky, a little bit worse for wear. He's just, like, red, and he's just like, oh, no. Oh, yes, please keep that on. I'd like to keep all my pieces to myself.
I just suddenly grab his face and pull it really close to me, like, we thought you were infected!
No, that's not me.
Okay.
Ooh, infected.
Not infected, but, I got the better brunt of it.
Right, so you
Anything with black goo?
Void.
Nothing of black goo, no, nothing of that nature.
Oh, thank God. Then
Petrification.
Where
it's better than void.
Well,
Again, not easier to
we
do.
were trying to head to the closest town or city. I think there's something south of us. We need somebody with a greater restoration.
how convenient. Do you have the gold?
We have some gold with us, yes.
Well, as that happens, there's a cleric there who was there on business in the first place. They should still be there, yes?
2 days ride from here.
That would be great. But I may need a simple procedure, but somebody needs it more than me.
Wait, where? Oh no.
Unfortunately, with our last excursion, Rippo has been fully petrified.
Where is he?
Well, you see, you know, with our kingdom, there's been like highs and lows and whatnot. So we heard rumor that there was a crypt somewhere in these lands. The crypt of a man named of a man named the late great Richard.
History.
Yeah. All right, if you want to do a history check.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a history check on that as
Sure.
well.
26.
All right. Alright, so for you, the late great Richard, also known as the Big Dick, where he was known from,
Also, you wouldn't.
before he came to nobility, nobody knew this guy. There was absolutely no information from him. But somehow, in his mid-30s, he gained a house, he gained
Oh.
popularity, he gained land.
Just randomly, out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, he just gained all this publicity. He had a town natured after himself. He got fame, he got fortune. Nobody knew who he was beforehand, and he wasn't even like nobody even knew if he was a foreigner or if he just was somebody in hiding. He just gained all this publicity. It was said that in his crypt, once he died, and this was before the Great War, he had all of his stashing in a mysterious cave that he built a crypt for himself, kind of like a pyramid that he just stored everything in. But yeah, he gained into publicity, and he's just kept everything in there after he died. It's guarded with traps. It's guarded with things. But nobody has found it apparently until recently. But Jeremiah continues. Yeah, so we heard a rumor that he had tons of gold and some items, and we were thinking of getting that for ourselves. I mean, helping the kingdom. There was even mention of rumored, mind you, of active rain of wishes.
Oh.
So we ventured down there, and like, yeah, we evaded some traps. There were some cavern crawlers in the cave and whatnot. There's nothing really difficult. And then we went into the throne room, and then the door closed behind us. And we did not expect something that was guarding it.
What was it?
It was a beholder.
Oh, a beholder. Do I even have to roll to know about that beholder?
No, everyone should.
You haven't rolled Beholder before.
I would say a nature check.
Nature check.
Nature, yes. It's when you're trying to roll for creatures, it's nature check. I did check up on that.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know. Feel.
I probably know a lot.
I got.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
still
know.
determined on what your roll is.
I know.
Yeah, I don't really know anything. Apparently.
All right, so everybody doing a nature, I guess.
Yeah,
All right, so
I got a 9.
27.
8.
6.
Well,
A beholder, you say?
what's that?
You know the nature of a beholder.
I look a bit frightened.
Imagine a meatball that has a giant singular eye and a gaping mouth that can't walk but just floats everywhere. It has 10 stalks that each have an eye that beam a different type of magical ability. The center eye itself doesn't attack, but it negates any sort of magical ability within its visage. You also get a sense that anywhere that a beholder is bunkered down, reality possibly tends to shift.
Oh god, you went up against a beholder. At least it was just petrification eyes.
We didn't know it was there. We knew it was trapped and guarded, but never.
You don't expect a beholder.
Who expects a beholder?
I expect everything.
He expects the worst.
I'm so fascinated you actually saw one. I've never had the joy of seeing one myself.
We managed to cut off 2 of its stalks before we were able to run away, but we don't know which ones we cut off. We just were frantically trying to get to it.
Do you have the stocks?
No, as soon as we saw an opportunity, we ran. Unfortunately, we could not take Ripper with us. He's still there.
What? You left him there?
We can't carry him. He's petrified.
And there was a beholder. It was probably best for them to
We
run.
were trying to get anybody who can do any sort of restoration to get him unpetrified. We can't do it ourselves.
The thought of fucking a beholder.
We do know that petrification does not kill, but if stayed on for too long, it might be irreversible. So that's why we're trying to get to the closest town or city.
We are on our way to the capital currently.
How far away is it from here?
Yeah, how far away is the castle?
You talking to Mimi?
Yes.
I do not think the
5 days travel to the castle.
Yeah.
2 days travel back to the city.
I do not think the cleric in town will be willing to follow you into a crypt of any kind.
Even if you can retrieve him, like carry him with you.
Oh, you want us to go
Beholder.
get the stone person?
I mean,
Fighting a beholder is on my list of things to do.
A bucket list, perhaps?
Oh, a hunting
I mean,
list.
how dangerous is a beholder?
Well, you see, it's a magical creature that has many eyes, many stalks, and each eye has a different magical effect.
Can
But-
you believe?
Yes, but
I
the
can
most
feel it.
amazing part is wherever beholders are, it seems to warp reality.
We've
So
seen a
me.
bit of that.
Oh
Yes, it's you! But you won't be very good, because whatever it looks at, it cancels all magical abilities.
That's
So
kind of a deal breaker,
invisible.
isn't it?
So no dragon tricks.
No dragon tricks.
I mean, we had no magic ourselves, so it wasn't that detrimental. But
But you did cut off 2 stalks, so
we were able to get close to it.
that increases our chances of success by a lot.
Unless it's regrown them.
Wait.
Do I know anything about
Yeah,
it?
I
You
It's
feel
reality.
that it's not the Hydra capability that it would regrow stocks. It does, like you, when it sleeps, regain all health, but you don't feel that it regrows any
Well,
stocks.
how many stocks do they have?
It's
It's
10 in
separate.
total.
Well, I was asking.
Okay, yeah,
sorry.
They have 10 in total, and
So, you could still use 8.
but per my research, they don't grow back.
8!
I think we can do this. And, hey, here's the best part about the beholder. They usually guard wonderful treasures.
I mean,
Wouldn't that mean...
Wait.
How far away is this cavern?
It's like we were traveling at a slow pace for a day, so you could probably get by tomorrow.
Let's go.
Maybe we can get us there today.
It's like 5 p.m.
I would like to wait a day just so Minimus has her little trick ready, just in case.
Okay.
Oh, she has a trick.
The dragon.
Oh. I don't know magic. I will take your word for it.
wow.
She's cool.
A lot of your friends are.
Hey, Minimus, do you know anything about beholders?
Thank you.
Don't let it near me.
You can actually sit this one out if you want.
Yeah, I get a sense that I might not even be here if it looks at me.
Stay with Maple.
Well then.
Oh, my demeanor. Maximus's demeanor just changes. Like,
I'm gonna look at the other guy. You good?
You actually, like, this entire time, he's been fiddling with his own mechanics, he's been, like, bandaging himself on, he's just like, yes, doing better, thank you.
What is that boomstick?
Oh, so he takes this mechanical item, and you notice that it has an elongated barrel, and it has just a bit rectangular wooden stock to it. And he says, this is boomstick, fires projectile, tiny spark, little ball, go fly.
I want one.
You see him break it again in two, flick out his wrists, 2 compartments open up, shoves them in the compartments, slams them.
I'm like, can you talk to the nervous one again? You fought it, yes. What other effects did you see other than petrification?
Well, there was straight fire, there was like purple glow, we dodged that one. There was another weird one, it kind of made my head a little woozy.
Probably a confusion of some sort.
Some sort.
Did you attack anyone?
I could have. No, I didn't hurt anybody else. I could have sworn I saw one of those, like, we cut it off, and then something popped out of the wall that looked just like it, but just for like a second. And while we were in that cave the entire time, like, I kind of felt like it was looking at me.
It
It
probably
knew we were
was.
coming.
They have layers, and
Well, yeah, they have layers. They're just like it's a mound of meat.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure if you cut into it, there might be a tiny one inside.
yes,
With how
correct.
much it warps reality?
Group huddle to Fistbusters.
Oh goodness.
I think we can kill it.
You think we can kill the beholder?
It's 2 eyes down.
We do have it outnumbered, as far as we know.
Yes, it could summon more
Do
things.
we know if it can reattach eye stalks?
They can't regrow them.
But what if it has healing magic?
I mean,
I don't think
No.
beholders usually have healing magic.
You
I
do
would-
know that each one of the rays is one particular spell.
They cannot change spells. They're set for life.
It just has like a spritz of a healing spray. Just like,
Well, if it has the power to petrify, it might not need to.
Does it? How
And it's-
powerful are they usually? The
It
eye
will-
stalks.
And it can cast petrify, and at worst case scenario, disintegrates.
we're committing to things that we don't know how to cure.
Yes, and also.
Yeah,
Well, we know how
so,
to kill, and we do know how to cure. We just don't
Right,
have
I
the
forgot to
means
give it to you. I'll give it to you like once we
Because
do the break.
from what it sounds like, it has at least 1 fire, 1 confusion, and a purple ray is worrying.
If we want these greater restorations, and if we are doing this, we may need multiple, not to mention Borosco here already needs, how many did they say? 3? Possibly?
3 what?
Greater restorations for your
But we
wounds.
might find
Condition.
something very nice that it's guarding. He
We're
did
going
say
to need a small fortune.
we might
Yeah, that's
find
what
a
we'll
small fortune.
That's what
I
we'll
will.
find there.
I will say, while we were in the main chamber, we were trying to get to it. 4 massive piles of gold. Just
There's our small fortune.
inside the castle.
Small fortune indeed.
We were trying to. Actually, I think I might have something. Benjamin states out to you guys, if you are doing quests for us, which we greatly appreciate.
I consider it a favor. If you're a friend of Victor's.
Friend of ours.
I say shit. I'll have to give it to you during the. I say shit. I will redo it later. We do have 4 greater healing potions we can provide.
Perfect.
Much
I
obliged.
still have 1,
We-
so spread them out to the rest of the group.
We can sleep, we can rest. This obviously cannot rest, as he points to Jeremiah's leg. That cannot rest, so we will be here for the meantime. You can take our potions. We also have a map.
I'll take them out.
I will give you the map that I left at home and I will rewrite during the break.
Question.
Yeah.
Do you have, I guess over the table should be. You have counterspell.
Yeah.
Good.
I do have.
Will it work on that level of spell?
Depends.
Well,
You're gonna that requires
you
a
are
saving
not
throw of
sure.
+30.
I'm not sure, but I can't do. I
If
can't.
it's petrification, I
No,
imagine it's what
we're
level,
all
like 5th
finished
or
off
6th?
and come up with your
Yeah,
plan.
Yeah.
so it's going to
Take
require a
yours
saving
fast.
throw no matter what.
Yeah.
My character's gonna go walk to the dead trees, start chopping them up for the lumber for a campfire for the night.
Cool. The 2 burnt trees, you're not gonna get. You might get kindle.
The one I
Yes.
cleaved in
You
half.
can get logs from that one.
I'm not gonna help out with firewood.
counter spell works. If it's above 4th level, I have to roll
Well, I
a
got still
percentile
4,
dice.
so.
I mean, either way.
If
this
it's
is
below
like
4th
more
level.
Not everybody at once.
You just did.
Alright. So you're tending to the wood. Does anybody else have, because it's around like 6 o'clock dinner time right now. You're not really going to be, if you do a quicken pace, you could probably get there by 2, 3 o'clock tomorrow.
I need to rest.
Well, that's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
Quick and pace. I
Yes.
agree.
I'm setting up camp right now. Like, I'm gonna look at everybody else, everybody good to camp out here. We got a lot of lumber. We can kind of pile it up and make a makeshift little area, especially something for you to rest with your stone legs.
Are beholders collectors?
Yes.
Oh, good. Then their friend may just be another addition to its collection.
Just saying this really quick. If there is a ring of wish, we won't touch it.
Why not?
Wishes are evil.
Well, I expect you would know best. Who doesn't want to wish, though?
Wishes are never what they seem.
Are they not?
Oh, I'll touch it, but.
Don't use it. We will not use the wish. Please.
Victor comes in contact with it first, instantly uses it.
I have another thing I want, so hold on to it.
You just okay. Let me put it this way. This is me we're talking about, and I'm saying, don't use the magical wish.
If there's anything to know about magical wishes, it's that they always have caveat.
Like I said, this is me, the person who wants all the magic.
Even a lawyer probably could.
Just keep going. You all know me very well. I'm saying don't think about using the wish.
So
We
we
could
have
give it to someone we hate and they could get screwed up.
Or someone who's a lot smarter than us.
camping for the night?
Camping for the night.
Like, he's starting to
Long
gather
rest?
materials and whatnot.
And
Yeah,
I would say long
I
rest, yeah.
gathered all the wood and everything, and so I started a fire with the help of Victor.
It seems a decent enough area for hunting. I can try to rummage something up.
Sure.
Survival.
Yep.
Not good rules today.
Well, remember before we left, I also restocked on rations, so I can kind of distribute out, and if the other two need some, I can give them some food.
They have their food in their cart.
I have 6 rations.
11 for now.
You find some berries, little bunnies and whatnot.
I wouldn't mind some target practice. Would I roll to find an animal?
That's survival.
You're a serial killer in the making.
I'm
Listen,
target practice. It's hunting.
Hunting's my job.
I would join, but I'm already helping with the campfire.
That's just a 6. This isn't my thing.
Oh
No.
Lord.
Oh yeah,
I
You're
guess
used to like the weird monstrosity
Yeah.
things, like what the bunny prints look like.
I literally go back to
I
saying,
haven't used my crossbow
there's
yet.
no hydras here. Go find a bunny.
Can I
So-
want to test it against a tree just so I get a feel for it and practice?
So it's dexterity instead of strength.
I guess I'll be finding food.
19.
Sure,
And
survival.
so it's
Yeah.
1 bolt, or is it like rapid?
All right.
1, 2?
So essentially, it kind of has like 2 bolts stationed next to each other. So when you fire it off, it shoots the 2 bolts at once, and you still only do 1 attack roll, and if you hit, it's 2d4.
Okay. Oh, so I just fired it at a tree.
Yeah.
Oh, you're trying out your new.
Yeah, my new repeating crossbow. Yeah, it would have been 4 damage to that tree. That's not bad.
You're good at
Well,
dodging.
your
right?
dexterity. Well, actually, yeah, your dexterity modifier.
This might be important.
7.
This might be important. I want to try something.
That's not bad. Something for me being able to do some distance.
It's essentially a bow.
I wanna
A
try
bow,
my new
a
sword.
long bow is 1d8, so that's 2d4.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. I'm gonna go retrieve the bolts and then just, okay, I see how it works. I'm happy with it.
I can try it on
Eat my food and I'll take first watch.
Do I still see a storm in the sky?
To the south?
To the
Make a
south.
perception check.
Actually, I should probably do that because I can see farther out.
You want to assist to give him advantage?
What's
Really,
what's your
look to the
perception?
clouds.
What's your plus to perception?
Me?
Yeah.
Perception is 7.
Plus 8.
I have 120 feet though, farther out with dark vision.
Oh right, it's
Like
almost
scout.
evening.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
give him that.
But
Give
here's
him
my thing,
advantage.
will we not see like.
I'm gonna
professional,
just
like,
do it. It's just
Well, you can
loud.
both do it.
I mean, what
Because obviously you have your goggles on.
Yeah.
He's not going to help you through your goggles.
I guess let's all look.
Here, you give me one lens, I'll take the other lens. Just breaks it in half.
Look at my.
I'm just gonna look and see if I see lightning
Oh, look at
flashes.
my
Damn it. It's a
I
10.
got a nat.
Nothing for it.
Got a nat 20?
When it doesn't matter.
Of course not.
Alright, so, sorry, just in order again.
I got a 10.
Did you roll?
No.
Okay.
23.
I'm just naturally looking in the sky to see if I see lightning flashes. Just
Yeah, you see a familiar just flashing of light just off in the distance, still off past the city.
I
Is it
really
like
like
any-
storm giants.
Is it close to either one of the cities? Like, can we tell?
You kind of can't tell because you've gone in the opposite direction, so it kind of looks smaller.
If we're doing night stuff, I guess I'll have second watch.
do you need me to roll?
Outside. It's outside.
Yes, I would do perception checks.
Alright. Anybody want to do first watch with me or no?
I need to sleep.
I should probably sleep this one.
17.
Night goes by unabated.
Okay.
You kind of hear just whispering in the trees. You're not entirely sure if any more treants are nearby, but you don't feel like you're in immediate danger.
Okay. The whole watch I just spent time.
That treant that was repetrified, or not petrified, reformed back into a tree, it's still in like that attacking stance, but it's no longer the treant.
Yeah, I'd just spend the time just sharpening my blade.
But the rest of your watch goes uneventful.
Okay.
Second watch.
Alright.
That is 13.
You watch for a few hours, and then you just feel little paw prints on your lap.
E.
If there's a third watch, I'll
My
take it.
pet cat.
Yep, and you
Elf.
just tend to
Yeah,
your
you
cat
only
for the
fly.
rest of
Yeah.
the evening. Not entirely aware of your surroundings, but nothing goes on. Are you both taking 4 hours?
I guess so.
Because that's usually what a second watch is, so then you don't need to take a third watch.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, so, dawn of the third.
On the third day.
I'm gonna go wake up, go relieve myself on the petrified attacking tree.
You kind of notice that Jeremiah is just staring and rubbing his leg, trying to make sure all of the bits and pieces are staying
Could
together.
I try mending on stone leg?
You can certainly try.
Oh,
It's stone.
Is that even a medicine check?
Are all
No,
the
it's just
pieces on the
magic.
leg?
Magic.
With the bandages, he's kept all the pieces
Then
together.
I'm gonna just do not to fix the leg, but to fix the stone.
Yes.
Okay, cast mending.
Alright. You kind of start to notice that they start to vibrate and then just die down.
I tried.
I don't know magic.
You think there might be some kind of magical barrier around this?
It's just a petrification. I used a cantrip.
Couldn't we use the spell magic on it?
Does
Oh,
it
no.
hurt?
No.
No.
I
No.
can't feel anything past my knee.
I got a leg thing too, and I just showed him like the
Oh,
gag.
keep that covered up.
His turns him into a vortex.
He might turn into a boss. Give or
If
take.
you
That
see
wants to
a
take over
black
the world.
You have really weird friends.
If you
We've
see a
come
black
across
bear,
Yeah,
stay
I
away
love
from
them.
I'm a cat.
We've come, we've come across very strange encounters.
Hold on. If you see a black obelisk, stay away. It is poison. It is part of the abyss.
I mean, I've seen black structures in my day. Nothing.
These are very distinct.
Yeah, you'll know he's hit.
I was bit by it.
Hopefully don't
I was
see it.
infected by it.
I mean, those are just very nasty creatures.
Yeah.
It's magic.
He got what was coming to him.
Magic knows.
I bit his head off. I was a dragon at the time.
You really like that dragon.
It comes in handy.
If you could,
Don't look keen.
if you could turn into a dragon any day you like, wouldn't you?
No.
It's
I
really
like being human.
It's just him.
it's really fun. I like flying.
It was a little bit.
Oh, you
spicy.
can fly by other means, can't you?
I mean like wings.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's other ways. Instead
You
of
can't-
turning into a beast?
It's not a beast, it's a dragon. They're much more majestic than beasts.
Okay.
I suppose we never exactly asked, what did trigger those treants?
Same thing that we were doing last night, just trying to travel onto the main road, and we were trying to hunker down, and apparently we took somebody's toe.
That's not very nice.
Do you need a greater?
Have you ever looked at a tree and been like, I'm sorry, I'm taking part of your lumber?
Yes. It almost killed my aunt.
I mean, it's the same situation.
They were actually one of the favorite game from my country. Ents.
Really, we're friends.
Very magical country.
Is your cart still good to take you to the nearest?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Do you like-
I mean, the cart's fine. We don't have our horses anymore.
Oh.
Maple.
Maple is just like, really, we're friends.
This is Maple. He'll take you to the town.
How fast can Maple go?
How fast do you want to go?
I mean, wouldn't you also need Maple to...
We have 2 other horses.
Alright, I mean, yes, it would be... I would love to get my leg appendage back.
Just tell him the direction you want to go. He'll take you there.
I'm pretty sure it's south? The south road?
Yes, but if you need him to go left on a road or right, if there's something blocking, just tell him. He'll follow your commands. And once you get to the town, he'll come back. And
Really
something
appreciate
to
it.
me.
What is the extent of a lesser restoration?
Like poison.
Yeah.
Let me just quickly
minor spell
spell it out.
ailments. I mean, poison's pretty bad, but you know.
Yeah.
Many things are poisonous.
Venomous.
I almost
Many things
dropped
are
right
venomous
on
too.
it.
That's not what.
Lesser
I meant.
restoration. 1 disease or 1 condition afflicting it. Condition is blind, deafened, paralyzed, and poisoned.
Okay. Or a disease.
Or a disease, yes.
But yeah, I'm gonna tell Maple, just take him to the town where the cleric is.
By the way, whoever wishes to put in their inventory, you did get the 4 greater healing potions.
Didn't you
It's
say
probably
we
better
just-
for the healer.
I
Just
already
amongst
have
us?
one, so you 4 take
It'd be
one.
better for everybody else, so that way I don't have to run to everybody and heal
Good
them.
idea.
All
Everyone
4
take
of you
Well,
take
I mean,
one.
I have.
Well, you take
Well,
one.
okay,
No, I already
yeah, I
have
should
one.
probably take one.
4d4 plus 4.
Yeah, I never told you guys I have one.
I just
So
need
one potion of greater restoration.
I have a
or
superior
greater
greater
healing.
healer.
Greater healing.
1 potion of greater restoration.
That would have saved him the trip. That would have saved him the trip. Alcohol and just pour it on top of it.
That's like maybe 2-3 grand there.
Is that even a thing?
I
No,
have two
yeah.
potions of
Those
normal
spell
healing.
scrolls.
I have 1 superior.
There's a potion of hill giant strength apparently.
That's a modifier.
I'm probably gonna
Yeah.
sell the superior at some point.
No, keep the superior.
Superior's fucking great.
I know if I've ever actually if I'm at 1 hit point or below 10, I might use
Well,
that.
that's none of our business. We don't know it exists.
I just told everyone.
Oh, that one. Wait, was this greater healings or?
You all
Even
got
greater.
He has 1 greater and a superior.
Okay,
I have 2 potions of normal.
it's been a while.
I have a shit ton of lay on hands.
You
Wait,
should
so-
have 30 points.
That's still a pretty good amount of lay on hands.
Wait, how much
No,
is that?
I'm just putting that down because that I have next to your health totals.
And my cure wounds.
By the way, we went to those walrus then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the morning the next day.
Okay.
I-
Just checking.
I can't add spell scrolls into my spell book, right?
No.
Okay.
I mean, technically speaking, yes, we are gonna use a lot of money, a lot of time.
And everybody has healer's kits, remember?
Healers kits don't really do as much as.
I know, it's for somebody's down.
It's when somebody's down, you can use one of the uses of the kit and stabilize them instead of doing a medicine check.
Oh, I wrote that down.
Yeah, I bought one for everybody.
It's basically spare the dying.
Yes.
Yeah, and I also bought that surge beam for him.
Yeah.
How many uses does it get?
Well, you were only short how much for that one?
I
For
was
the surge beam?
the surge beam. I was going to trade in all the hearts to get it,
Yeah.
but I needed to dispel the magic on it first.
Yeah, and if I bought that when I bought my boots, that's what gave me the Uber discount. That's kind of why I did that as well.
Yeah.
Out of
Yes.
how many uses does a healer kit have?
10.
10 uses.
Oh, that's a lot of.
Most kits have 10 uses.
Yeah. A lot of utility.
I forgot to
Oh,
add.
this is last session.
It's got like
I'm
time
sorry, I
gauze
missed
and
Yeah.
tourniquets
Yeah,
and
it's fine.
shit like that.
Oh shoot.
That's why I'm down to 40 gold left.
Oh,
'Cause I
I
bought
also
a lot.
have another potion of healing on me.
You're good.
Yeah,
You
I-
might need it.
Okay, I am the designated healer for now.
Well, especially with that nanite surgery.
Yeah.
So it's you and me can help everybody.
I'm not too shy, guys.
Son.
That cave, was it a cave or like a fortress?
So, I will give you the map during the break. Unfortunately, I left it at home. So there, you actually have to first enter the cave, and then you'll notice that it then comes into a underground structure. That there are several rooms, alleyways, like elongated hallways, and at the very end is the big encompassed room in question.
Really important question. Was it made of stone?
Most of it was stone, yes.
Okay.
I already know what you're thinking. Is there anything we need to worry about on the way? While we're in there, were you able to disband all the traps and all that?
I will say there were some we had to disarm, but most we like got over.
Okay.
Oh, sorry,
And
there
you-
So
probably
like if you
be-
pit things, obviously you can't disarm a pit trap. You jump over that.
I'm gonna. The beholder probably will have rearmed or rewarped reality.
Oh yes, there was one thing. It is written on the map, but the second to last room is just like an entire. I don't know why he would have a room dedicated for a feast, but he did, because apparently people were supposed to visit him after he died.
A dining room?
Kind of, yes. Off to the side, there's like a little like alchemy kitchen area. Behind the bookshelf is the lever that opens up the last room.
Got it.
It's dedicated on the map, but you'll have to remember there is a lever behind the bookshelf. It's like for the recipe bookshelf. But
Got it.
Recipe bookshelf.
No pull out the bottom.
apparently, this guy was chauvinistic enough that he wanted to bask in people bask in his presence while they were eating.
I'm so excited to see a beholder.
We're excited to see any
Right.
sort
He'll
of
be
Sandbar.
excited to see you too.
You and me have two completely different definitions of excited.
It's like I have a monster's bucket list. Beholder.
I'm just excited
demon.
because this sounds like a really cool creature.
Then again, I'm walking around with 6.
This better not be the end of my bucket list, wizard.
Just like silently questioning yourself how you ended
Oh,
up
you
in this
never know.
situation.
He does have.
No, I'm just trying to get somewhere where I can sell all this shit that's on my
This
back.
might be our most difficult
Hmm.
fight.
Well,
Oh Lord, didn't you fight those frog things?
Oh yes,
Can I
those
borrow one of those shields?
Go for it.
I'm just gonna keep that in safekeeping for.
Oh yeah, you
You
have
have
like
a
a
dwarven
bunch
kite
of
shield.
shields on your back.
Yeah.
Six
I got-
shield or 5 shields, 6 swords, because you
Yeah.
just gave him a shield.
Because eventually I'll be able to use this.
I had to have to give everybody a dwarven longsword and a dwarven shield.
I mean, how much would the dwarven shield give you as far as AC goes?
Plus two.
Plus
Yeah.
2?
Yeah, all shields except for his specifically
My-
crafted buckler
Oh.
give +2.
Oh.
Because it's got the
Alright, so
hidden like
my apologies. We're gonna take our break now instead of 20 minutes from now because I unfortunately forgot my map, so I just have to quickly breach all that. But we're gonna be taking a break for 20 minutes?
15-20 minutes.
15, 20 minutes, so 7 o'clock. We will be back at 7 o'clock, and we will continue this adventure as our party heads towards the crypt of the late, great Richard.
The big.
big dick.
Yep.
welcome back. Sorry about the little elongated break there. Technical difficulties. Our Oscar is just brewing up his pot of coffee. But we will be getting back into it. So, you guys have your party of 5. You have gathered up the extra potions. Maple has been sent along with your 2 new friends, some old. And you guys have gathered yourselves. It's about 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. Is there any preparation that your party would wish to do before you head out?
My guy's just gonna brew himself a cup of coffee.
Whatever works.
Kinda one last like goodbye hug before we part.
He's still like a little bit shook up because he's been in fights before, but the past few days have been kind of jarring for him.
I'm going over the map with Oscar.
All right, yeah.
By the way, I took the pole arm feat.
You have a
Nice.
pole arm?
Not yet.
He has the
I
axe.
hope to find them.
I mean, I got a quarterstaff, but I'm
That's not
holding
really-
on.
Then the quarterstaff actually goes
Oh,
with the pole
it
arm
is.
feat.
I
So
don't
you could
know.
use-
I'm gonna be honest. I have a bit of a personal attachment to this. It's gonna take a bit of convincing.
It's fine.
All right. So you're looking over the map.
Yep.
I will be grabbing new health totals.
It's 60.
Oh, we're gonna have to
53.
54.
No, that's bad.
I think I'm the lowest now.
Maximus, new health totals.
78.
Oscar?
100.
You never cease to amaze
We're
us.
triple digits, ladies and gentlemen. They all did level up to level 8 during the break.
Yes, we did.
I've only rolled below max in leveling up health once.
Now, did you level up in Barbarian or Paladin?
Paladin.
So you have 35 land hands.
Nice.
I'm also trying to keep track of Tered Key. How many key points do you have?
It's per level, so 8.
Alright, so 8. And how many sorcery points do you have?
I have 5.
Alright, just trying to keep track of the expletives.
And I have a bazillion spells.
Oh, what time is everything at class tomorrow, by the way?
I do not.
9.
I'm good at 9.
No.
9.
Okay, I'm 1 in the afternoon.
Oh wait, no, I have 1 too. I beat it.
Alright, so anybody taking any preparation, you have the map to look over, you have your items.
Other than throwing my whiskey in my coffee, I'm good to go.
Really quick. Right, left.
Okay, so you're going straight down.
So that would be left.
Yeah,
Right.
yep.
Okay.
Okay. So we go.
Just
Either that
so
or that.
those 2 parts, imagine it attached onto the top part. I just couldn't
Okay.
draw it in one long line.
Just this once. Good.
I'll lead you, just tell me when to turn.
Okay. Actually, no, Saber should leave, because Saber's good at finding traps.
Well,
As a ranger,
They already told us where the
They do.
traps were that they knew of.
that they knew of, yes.
So, okay, really quick, before we go in, I think it's gonna be Saber on point, me with map,
Wait,
Oscar, you two.
wait a second.
Who should vanguard?
I should bet.
Wait, wouldn't it be a good idea to ask them what route they took when they were traveling through here?
I got a map.
Yeah, they gave us some.
Basically, we
But-
tried to avoid the traps that we could.
You gotta remember, you're asking someone to account their path
What were with
5
the
by
bad?
5 feet.
What
They
were-
don't
What
know.
were with the bad?
Or what?
With
Well,
the
I was
bad
more
areas
so
that were
referring to
coming
like
up,
the traps. so
Caved
that we're
in,
more alert.
probably?
Oh yes, those were cave-ins.
Okay.
That's just rubble that fell in. We
We
couldn't.
got the room to spit for our room.
Once again, we're not magic. We can't push it out of the way.
Still, thank you.
Minimus, when we go in, are you gonna wait outside, or should I vamp you back to your Fey realm?
I can't communicate with you that far, so I'd probably just go back home.
I say she
Okay.
goes in with us until, wait, until we go to the main chamber.
But then I'm not doing anything because I have the one spell I'd save.
You could dispel magic.
I could dispel magic. Yes.
Okay. If you're okay with this, joining us up until,
Let's just say, from what I know, from what you know, what if his teeth are bigger than me?
just come with us to the, are you okay up until the dining room?
Sure.
Just the trap area, 'cause it's a magical trap.
I mean, unless a stray dart hits me.
You can just go to the Feywilds.
She can rest.
She can.
It'll hang out with me in my armor.
It's up to you.
It's been a bit. I'm gonna take my relaxation.
Take a day off.
I.
Have fun with the kittens.
What kittens?
She just
Yeah,
vanishes.
kittens, right? Oh.
And you both just said it, so I heard that.
Make a perception check.
Gladly.
Make a perception at disadvantage. You're looking at the map.
Watch it be nothing devious and she's just having fun with kittens. That'd actually be wholesome.
No goggle.
23.
No goggle bonus. You're using your ears.
Yeah, no goggle bonus.
18.
I was gonna say,
Oh.
You heard about cats.
I totally heard them say she had a cat when 18.
I mean, you heard that she has cats.
I like the kid. That's secret.
People own cats. It's a thing. People own cats.
We have a cat as a teammate.
Take your cat for safety to her realm.
Hey,
safety is subjective.
He's the ranger.
Alright, let's go.
You protect him at a distance.
And before we part on like separate ways, I'm gonna go to Moose.
Maple?
Yeah, he's still a moose.
He's a celestial moose, thank you very much.
Wait, I thought Maple was a she.
No.
Maple, he goes
No.
to Maple.
It's a celestial being, it has no gender.
Okay, fair enough.
It's 2018.
It's 2019, thank you very
It
much.
is
Oh,
yeah.
current year, everyone.
Oh goodness.
Wow.
I know, right?
That was like 3 plot twists in one.
Alright, so yeah, you go up to Maple.
I'm gonna tell him, take him to town as fast as possible, take him to the cleric.
Nods in approval.
And then as soon as you get to town, you come back to me. Like, poof out, then poof back.
Yeah.
Poops in, gets eaten.
In the middle of the boss fight.
Go back to your realm until I summon you.
Okay, let's ride.
Alright, so the two parties part ways. One heading south, one heading west.
Oh yeah, how big is Maple nowadays?
Still moose size.
Well-
Maple doesn't get bigger.
Remember, you said at the beginning you said he was more of a young moose. Like, is he now more adultish, bigger?
It's only been a few
Teenage
months.
moose?
It's where like adolescent
It's kind of like the size of a horse would be right now.
That's still a little young. Okay. Still, that's pretty big.
It's like goth. Goes goth and like yeah, raw animal handling, see if it does rebel.
Oh, mooses are so fucking mean though.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, they'll just walk in front of your car.
Alright, so
I'll tell you guys
you
a
have
story.
about
Oh dear.
7 hours of travel ahead of you.
we go fast.
That's your 7 hours.
Okay, then we go.
If you didn't do that, then you'd be there by dusk. So you'll get there about 2 o'clock.
Who's gonna take the reins for us to go?
You,
I mean,
obviously.
who has the best animal handling here?
They're your animals.
Well, the
Really?
horses would work with me after working with what's your
You still have to handle
Do I have? I don't have any proficiency in it, I don't think.
Oh, for sure.
Unless like,
I know.
19.
wait, is it just Dex and Wisdom? What's Ranger get? Is
What?
it Dex and Wisdom for Ranger?
Yeah, because wisdom has you
Yeah.
is how you
So does that
Yeah,
count?
yeah,
So does that count?
I mean, I have a +3. That's all I got.
Well, does it mean for all my Wisdom or just for the stuff I have?
For all, alright, so when you're doing an ability modifier to a skill, it's all skills that use that modifier.
Oh, okay. Then I have some bonus.
But he already got it. You guys are treading along at a decent
Yeah.
pace. Is there anything you guys wish to do while on the cart?
Just drive the cart. That's all I'm gonna be doing.
Alright?
And this be like classified as like a long rest or is it an hour too short?
You already have a rest.
Yeah.
You kind of just woke up.
I just realized I missed on like.
I didn't know if there was
chance,
anything else that you
Some
guys wish
people
to
bark
converse about,
inspirations.
anything that you wish to prepare. You were talking about marching order?
Yes. I think it's gonna be Saber in front, then me with a map, then Oscar, then Victor, then Keith.
I think the tank in the middle is a bad idea.
Sure, get the ranger out front and the tank in the middle.
Okay,
Well,
fine. Oscar,
I'll be second. I'll be second.
Oscar, him, me.
Yeah, rangers can check from tracks at a distance. You don't have to be immediately up front.
Yeah.
This way, if anything
I sure
comes
do.
up front.
I sure do love taking the Hear Blast to the face. Or
Okay,
From the way that these
beholder.
statuettes are forming, you're kind of like resting your hand on Saber and blasting Oscar in the back.
Hey, I'm holding it.
No,
I don't know what you're talking
It'll be
about.
just like Fallout.
That
Saber
is
will remember
nothing
this.
new to me.
No, I'm right over your shoulder.
All right.
I'll still remember it.
Anything else?
I like how my character's the only one that's not metal.
Any other questions about, beholders?
Do they poop?
I don't actually
You asked a
know.
very vague question, sir.
I mean, they're alive, so I think so, but they bend reality to their own will.
I feel bad for them.
They kind of poop in a second dimension.
Do you happen to know?
I feel bad for them. They've
Do I-
probably seen
Do I
everybody's
know
poop.
any weaknesses?
It's got a big freaking eye.
Aim for the eye.
Ooh,
The
I'm
big
good
one.
at that. Watch me get on.
I just like get on my first eye.
Because I said that.
Oh.
Well, I can't really shoot at the eye, so it's going to be up to you to shoot at the eye.
Oh, good.
Because if it looks at me,
No pressure.
I'm pulling out a shield.
And that means I can't use the new bow either. Cause
Do
that's
you
magic.
have anything?
You can use it as the bow.
Yeah, it's just
It's
what I
going
like.
to-
You don't use the modifications.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at the wizard. They're
Or-
intelligent
or-
creatures. No, would it be?
If I'm in your face, you gonna look at him or me?
It has multiple eyes.
What's the main one that dispels magic?
The big one.
I'll cut it.
I mean, how sensitive is
I
it?
mean, that's assuming if
just
you'll even be
thinking-
able to get to it, because for all we know, it might have like some kind of advanced form of thunder shock.
They
Or
are
thunder.
very intelligent creatures, and they will probably aim for one of the two spellcasters to make sure we don't.
Well, okay, think about it like this. You're very obviously a wizard. I'm wearing peasant's clothing. I'm not as easy to tell or read.
He
At most,
is
he's
a
probably
beholder.
He's probably going to see me
How about we find out while we're there?
yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm sure it's no stranger to magic use.
So yeah, I'll probably
No
be
stranger to
hitting it
anything.
once a turn with the sword.
Strange
I don't
ways.
even know where we got this from.
Not
Got
for
it.
long.
All right. So
I wish
you
I
made
could
your
do
way.
that.
We did it.
You get a general estimate of where it is because they gave you a basic description of what the cavern entrance looks like.
Okay.
But something that was not stated from their previous bout. You see, when you approach the cavern in question, several carts stationed outside the
Oh,
cavern.
it's the dinner party.
Make a perception check.
It's the damn dinner party.
You go in, there's like 20 more beholders waiting for us.
Look at my.
Is that a natural 20?
No, but it's really close.
So a 19.
Alright, so
16.
Sorry. That'd be 17. I'm sorry. I lost the
19.
number.
28.
Jesus.
He felt so proud.
Well, those goggles are really serving you well.
Every single one of you sees the recognizable sigil of the silver leaf on these cards.
Fuck, it's a beholder in league with the. That's. Everything's coming.
Wait. What if they're going here to rob the place? We could use them as cannon fodder.
No, just hear me out. They said they were waiting for a dinner party. He was expecting people. He's probably a client. The beholder is probably a damn client.
Oh, do you think it was the one that wanted the chain?
Probably.
Ding, 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 ding.
Well, we just see carts, right?
You see carts.
So,
Let's inspect the carts.
Do we notice any guards?
Nobody is stationed outside.
Does anyone still have silver leaf pens?
I think I still have mine.
I should.
I still have two.
Flash is mine. Still got
Does
it.
anyone still have robes?
We didn't take
Robes?
any robes.
No, I just
You just
got
took
my
the
pins.
pins.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
search the carts. I hope we find robes.
Oh, no.
How could I
They know our faces.
True.
The individuals might.
I'm still gonna inspect the carts.
Yep, making.
I'm gonna
That's
expect robes as
investigation.
well.
This would be investigation because you're trying to look for something specifically.
Alright.
I guess I'll just help you, because that's the easier way to go about this.
Okay, yeah, that's a nat one. I don't see anything.
Oh, okay, if I'm
15?
investigating.
Oh, I had help, so.
I'm just gonna
15?
put-
Oh, you see probably about 30 sacks, like linen sacks that are just distributed within
What's
these
in the
6 or 7.
sack?
They are empty sacks.
Oh, they're here to rob the place. Oh. I don't know why they're here. There's many bad reasons they could
You
be
see
here.
like a few crates that have like crumbs that might have been for where their rations were, but nothing as of value. There's no tools. It's just sacks and like a crate or two.
How many
How many?
crates did you say?
There's like 6 in total.
So how many sacks would that be?
There's like 30 sacks in total, so there's like 5 maybe per cart.
Huh. You guys think you should take some?
No, they're empty sacks.
Well, we should take some for the gold.
Good points. I'll take 2 sacks.
You have 2 linen sacks.
Let's take a
We also have a
let's
bag
take
of
a let's take a bunch of sacks then.
Do we?
Do we?
What?
I thought one of us had a bag of holding.
No!
No, you
No!
guys,
I'm sorry, I'm
no!
thinking about my
You
other
wouldn't be
picnic.
holding on to your swords and shields on your back if you had a bag of holding.
You got a good point there.
I'm sorry, I was thinking about my other.
Yeah, no, you don't have a bag of
We,
holding.
we,
It's,
we
okay.
it's
fought.
not as if
going
we're not going
nowhere
to damage our
besides
relations while we're
works.
here.
Nowhere besides Workstein would even
We already
remotely
want
have
a
a bag
bag,
of
so-
holding.
I'm going to take
Us.
3 of the
We're gonna
sacks.
need them at the moment.
Alright.
We're about to change
You
that.
have 3
Linen
Well,
sacks.
linen sacks.
I have a very bad feeling about this.
Well, that's
You
bad.
didn't have a bad feeling about when we were told
Shoot,
there's
wait, you know what?
No, I had a very happy
For
feeling.
one of the sacks, I want to do
Oh, Lord.
perception.
Oh
So
please,
what's wrong
the
with it?
beholder excites
It's a
you,
linen
but the
sack.
silver
It's
leaf
a linen
worries
sack?
you.
It's just the basic
There's
linen
nothing
sack.
That's all.
ordinary about it.
Nothing
Not
out of the
somebody
ordinary.
with any other
Alright,
reason
guys,
other than you.
guys, one at a time. You just gotta make sure everybody can hear everybody.
Okay.
Alright, so you've got the sacks, carts, like 1 or 2 crates, and you are standing outside the cavern.
Let's go in, but let's perceive the entrance.
Are the horses hooked up to the carts?
You see no horses.
I was gonna let them all free.
You know, how did we
Wait.
get here?
Yeah, I was.
Magic.
Do you see any tracks?
I guess I'll make some
Wait,
noodles.
that's a survival
Survival.
check.
It's a survival check.
I guess.
I'm doing survival.
I'm no use here.
Oh lord.
Goodness. Oh wait, that's the, the wrong die.
Yeah, I was about to say.
That would
what's
explain
wrong
it.
with
Okay. Okay.
Oh no.
14.
Damien?
60.
22.
You do see several tracks of footprints of horses that go up north.
Up north.
Up north.
Okay, so they,
From the carts? Or?
From the carts.
so
I guess they did that.
So they're grazing then.
Yes.
Let's go in.
But
Let's go in.
at least none of us need light.
So,
I'm just gonna, under my collar, put the fucking silver leaf thing, so if anybody asks me,
marching order.
I think we're keeping the same.
He's in front. I'm second. You're
I'm
Alright.
third.
So,
North,
if you
I
can put the
guess.
map in the center, you guys are entering from that main entrance up there. You approach the cavern, and you see one pathway to the left that actually careens straightwards, and another path to the a path on the left that goes down a little dividend, and a path on the right that stays flatlined.
Right or left?
Well, right seems to be the way forward. I thought you two were studying this map.
they both go
They
forward.
both go to the same place.
No, that one goes.
Well,
I thought
alright.
that went down to a different
No,
level.
Alright.
they both careen and go to the same spot, so we'll just stay flat and straight.
Alright, so, careening down the right-hand side, you're staying flat and straight until you get to the edge. So, halfway down, you see light emanating at the end of the tunnel. Since you're leading, make a perception check.
Cocked. I see nothing.
You hear nothing, and you see light emanating from that corner.
Yeah, I hear nothing. Sounds clear.
You sure?
You give it a listen. Maybe it's the metal helmet's messing with me.
You know, if we do run into anybody, perhaps we should just ask for the statue.
Miss out on seeing a beholder?
Statues are priority.
Yeah.
You want to give it a listen because I'm hearing the metal gears going.
Sure, we'll give it a listen.
Alright,
Wouldn't
so,
those metal gears actually
for
put me at
this-
disadvantage?
it's just a small
Or something.
ringing.
Okay.
So for this, since you are listening, you are taking point.
That felt so good.
20. Not natural.
You hear crackling of a fireplace, possibly a few other light sources, and talking.
Oh, I hear talking. Everyone be quiet.
Hold on. No, actually. I guess, because ordinarily I'd be like, oh yeah, let me just use my stealth, but I'd take a point.
But you do not see anything farther ahead except for a light source. Do you wish to go further?
We just got ahead.
I really wish Minimus was here.
I'm all for it.
No, you were big and clunky. Can you go forward a little bit stealthily?
Sure.
Shall we go check out?
Just stealthy people, no armored people.
I mean, if you want, I could use a spell to help us. I have Pass Without Trace.
Oh, that's an amazing spell.
So, would you like me to use it?
Does that help us stay stealth?
Yes.
Plus
plus
10 bonus to stealth for everyone in range.
You're kidding me.
Yep, and it lasts for an hour. So,
Yeah, that'd be nice.
okay, I use Pass Without Trace, and everyone has and you can't be tracked except by magic.
You all just see a little fluttering, like, almost fairy-like glow on you. And you're not invisible, but you just have a faint hint of, like, you can kind of see the ground past yourselves.
We're kind of transparent.
Not entirely, but in a sense.
It's like kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So stealth rolls?
Yep.
Stealth rolls.
You're
All
at
at
disadvantage.
plus 10. You're at disadvantage because of your armor.
We both are, sadly.
I am too. I'm wearing scale mail.
Camera doesn't give disadvantage.
It says right here it does.
Yep.
Oh, it does?
So does
Oh,
half-plate.
my apologies. I forgot it was heavy. I thought it was medium.
No.
Disadvantage.
That was a net.
That was not 20, but it's an 18 in total.
So, 18.
32.
17.
27.
Oh wait, no, 27.
30.
We're sneaky.
What is your normal sneak modifier?
3.
So you would have had to get a 17 and something else, because you were at disadvantage.
Oh, I
I
didn't add
rolled
my.
the same thing twice.
Alright.
Do I add myself bonus?
I got a
bonus to this?
14 plus my
Well,
8
yeah, you
stealth
always had your
plus
stuff.
10.
You just have disadvantage.
Pass Without a Trace doesn't replace your bonus.
Yeah. It just gives you plus
Yeah,
10.
it gives you more.
31.
Mistake, it's a
Yeah,
21, because the
Stealth
stealth
Trace
modifier.
is
I
not-
got the stealth
31.
modifier.
So, you guys make it to the edgeway, and if you see that little line there, you're actually now over top of a cliff face that goes 30 feet down, and you see this dome-shaped room that abruptly stops at a fortified entrance that has its doors open. But off to the side, with a little campfire pit, you do see 3 humanoids in the silver leaf attire talking amongst themselves. You guys are 30 feet up on a cliffside.
Like, so we're like right here.
You are right there at the edge, 30 feet up.
Perception?
Yeah. Oh, perception too.
I suppose I can do perception as well, with like.
Alright, everybody do their
I
perception.
think it's off doing good rolls.
I'm just gonna lean over the edge and look. And just,
Magic is nothing can go wrong.
Okay.
We're going wrong.
Alright, so
18.
15.
14.
27.
I didn't even roll.
alright. So 18, 27?
Mhm.
Alright, you guys can ascertain that these 3 gentlemen, they're kind of like the grunts of the lot. But they're talking amongst each other. I didn't think we'd try and follow a fairy tale, you know. Ring of Wishes was gonna hide that in the cavern. Yo, anything that's anything. We can get anything. There's some gold in here, there's some items in here. We're gonna just go for it. I didn't want to travel all this way just for a little bit of gold. I want some action. I want to just something. And just like the third guy's gonna eat his rotisserie chicken.
You 3. Okay, so us 4 of us should all fire. Bow, Eldritch, fire. You have. Okay, we should all fire at once.
That's not a great idea.
We can't sneak past them. We have to kill them.
They don't even know it's us yet. And
But
besides,
shouldn't we at least listen a bit more to see what?
this is an opportunity.
We should all shoot
How
at
about this?
once.
We just show them the badge and be like, hey.
It's never going to
It's
work.
not
No,
going
no.
to
We
work.
all.
You can recognize that they're in like blatant, full-on black cloak, like cultist attire. Not
So,
cultist,
say,
bandit
how about like I
attire.
go 1, 2, 3, and we all shoot.
Mhm.
So
Alright.
on 3 or not after
on 3. 1, 2, 5. So I'm ready a
1, 2,
fireball.
20.
So we're all readying.
Well, how many of them are there?
3.
I'll take the first one.
I'll take the second.
Alright. So the way that this goes is initiative order happens, but during that it is a surprise round where you guys get your actions, they do not.
Perfect.
So if we are going to do that, I'm just going to quickly drum up this. Sorry, camera. I don't need to do this. So you guys are
Yeah.
there's the wall that way, there's the main entrance that was going that way, and then you guys are like up on this carapace. Just like line wall up.
Really makes you wonder
Just
why
a firing squad.
Yeah, I was gonna say like firing squad style.
Yeah, I got it. Why exactly is there a ramp for the cliffside anyway?
That's just how the form, that's just how it was made.
If they survive and they're able to yell.
That's weird.
Then
Yeah.
there's nothing we could have done in the first place.
If we jump down, there's a chance of them seeing us. Or this is the best chance of doing it sneakily. Well, there's no other way to do it sneakily. but
See it
this.
anywhere?
Oh, probably back then.
Just get a new one and we'll deal with it later.
Yes.
Got it.
Got it.
Alright.
No, I'm saying I understand.
Oh.
So I'm going to need initiative rolls.
Overliable.
Gonna go with the Genocon one this time. Better.
You're both careless.
What did you roll?
Up.
Oh.
25 to 20. 20 to 15.
18.
19.
15.
Try that one.
Roll.
No, that's
Roll?
fine.
Yep.
Fine. No, I just gave you.
17?
Alright.
Gonna drop.
Guess they were fast.
15 to 10.
8.
Do you want to use mine for a little while?
Damien?
Yeah.
15 to 10.
I said 8.
15
Oh,
to 10.
I'm sorry. I thought you said 10 to 5.
10 to 5.
Yeah, 8.
6.
Alright.
Oh.
It's not every day when you're the middle child.
Alright. So,
I'm the eldest.
I was talking about initiative.
Oscar, you have the first initiative.
I thought you were higher than me.
I got an 18.
You got a 19.
Which means I can do both the dead, so one of them will hopefully be injured.
I'll aim for the closest
hit.
one to me.
You got it.
The total dead if they are. No, 2d12.
Yeah.
That's plus my dexterity modifier.
Yes.
21.
Alright, you hit.
Yay! And it's only 2d4 damage.
Yep. Plus your dex.
10 damage.
Alright. So, the one guy who's eating his mutton just. And he's like trying to climb.
Just 2 arrows sticking
Yep.
out of his chest.
2 arrows sticking out of his chest. They are surprised, looking frantically which direction it came from.
Reload, and do I get another secondary fire?
Yeah, because this doesn't have the loading property to it.
21 again! Okay. 2 18s in a row!
Nice.
I just have my d4. Same guy, by the way.
Oh no. Gotta kill him.
10 damage again!
Alright.
I love my repeating crossbows.
He throws down his chicken bone like. Alright.
Go right across the collar with 4 arrows.
They are frantically looking around in every direction. Max.
Hold the dab on the injured one.
Got it?
That would be this one.
That is a wisdom save of 16.
Wisdom save on a human. That's an natural 20.
Oh, nothing happens.
He's way too focused on being shot with 4 bolts to actually be like, like the pain is just too much for his concentration right now. Victor.
Okay, I'm gonna just aim at the same guy and do an Eldritch Blast. That is a 14.
That.
Oh wait, no. 15, my mistake.
That hits.
Okay. D10, where's my D10? There it is. I don't know why I threw it up that high. That's a 3.
You kind of nick this guy's shoulder and it just starts bubbling away with black acid.
Oh boy. I'm gonna get him. And that is a 19.
Got it.
That's a 2.
Yeah, you're just like slipping off the edge of his shoulder. Victor was up, so Saber. Woo.
I shoot an arrow.
This one's been wounded.
Yeah.
He's got 20 damage on him already.
Actually, can you replace that guy with the guy at the axe? Switching them around.
I see.
It's just for my sake. Well, make them facing each other.
They must be perfect.
Guys.
Everything must be perfect.
Alright, so Saber, yeah.
Oh, so then yeah, he'd have the 4 arrows in his back.
Kinda, yeah.
Alright.
I mean, even though they're bolts, like, bolts are pretty thick.
Yeah, that's got a. Ooh, imagine a headshot with those.
What's a shelf?
I guess it would just be. I guess it would just be good to give him the mercy of death. So you know what? Let's attack him with narrow.
All right.
That is 17.
Hits.
Nice. Or
Not leave him at 1.
11 damage.
All right. Yeah.
Just does the Macarena and dies.
The Macarena all over
Yeah.
again.
This guy's getting pelted into. Key.
We're trying to be stealthy, we're just shooting one
Is that only 1 arrow?
Yeah, can't you fire 2?
Can I fire 2?
You're
Yeah,
Ranger.
Rangers get 2 attacks. Only rogues only get 1 attack, but that's why they get their sneak attack.
It's been a while.
Fire again.
Fire away.
Woo! It's higher than the last one. So.
All right.
Alright. 8 damage.
If this one goes farther down his backside,
Oh.
not at his spines.
This is seriously not dead.
We're like making a cross in his back.
I feel so bad.
Play
May Jesus enter your body.
All right, Key.
Alright.
You need more Jesus.
Maybe we
Life.
should keep this one alive.
Against my shots, of course.
Oh.
I feel bad.
First is 11.
Does not hit. This time you hit his mutton that was on the ground.
Ah.
The ultimate-
5.
the ultimate.
That would hit. So he goes
My
like, that's a real sorrowful shot. No.
7 damage.
All right.
1 HP left.
1 HP.
Bet.
All right. Back to the top of the order, Oscar.
How have they
It's
not
like,
noticed?
you're looking at this guy, you probably didn't expect
Well,
him to be
they've
alive.
noticed.
Yeah, it's like
It's during the surprise round they can't do anything.
I just realized it's only
Get a
6.
cock,
Yep.
take aim, and shoot again.
All right.
The guy won't die. just please. Whatever.
Why won't you die?
Why is
Like,
he die?
Natural 20.
All right.
He's at 1 health
Please.
though.
Oh,
it's just like I
I
would
feel it.
I hope he's not anyone else.
Leaves and heal.
14 damage. 17 with my modifier.
All right. You take one last shot.
2 bolts to the neck.
All right. So yeah, he gets shot down. Gil.
The next one I wanna. Is it disadvantage if I wanna do a precise shot?
There's no real such thing as a precise shot. That's 3.5. That's not 5e. Remember,
I'm
5e is meant for like beginners. People aren't
Yeah.
thinking about that.
You even more than idiot.
I'm just gonna aim for this back guy.
Sure.
That is 17.
That it?
You gotta remember what you are.
Just have these dice in my hand.
You should have the
Oh,
dice
right
that
here.
you're using off to the side.
I put them on top of the
Yeah.
book. And silver.
Like
and
your
green.
D20, D12, and D4. Just keep them all in one center.
11 damage.
Oh, boy, Kevin,
Oh, he's dead?
Yep.
It's like 3 days before retirement.
Oh, we killed their fighter.
Oh.
The last guy frantically looks around at his two dead companions, goes over to the porcupine riddled one, scavenges through his body, takes out a little metal cylinder. Make a perception check.
Oh lord.
All of us
Oh no,
are
it's
dead.
a
Not one. Nope. No dice. Yep.
Oh no.
Shit,
Max,
do I have any
Press F
reaction?
to press F to pay
Nope.
respect.
You
It's your
don't
turn, Max.
know how to saw
The one
anything.
chance I get to know.
Silent
failed.
the reaction, sadly. Fireball.
Alright.
If you're worried about that, why didn't you bring that up at the start?
Because I didn't know they had a whistle.
Because you thought we were just going to kill them on the first turn, is what you thought.
Yeah, they were grunts.
Yeah, I underestimated people.
Yeah.
That's what Maximus does.
They
But
killed him in one hit.
You're the
so-
wizard. You're supposed to come up with this shit.
You know, I would have thought you would have commented after we've been playing this for about a year now.
You do, you hear
Yeah.
nothing when that
24?
said item, oh yeah. When he put the item up to his
Which
lips.
means-
magical.
Well, would it hurt my ears?
You hear nothing.
Oh lord.
You're deaf for like 6 seconds.
Oh yeah, because now I'm
18?
Yeah, he's out. He's dead.
I need to go and check his whistle.
Alright, I'm gonna assume you steadily go down.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
jumping.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie
you
for-
climb down, you take a minute or two to get to it, and then you go over and you're examining the whistle.
I'm not gonna lie.
How long is a ritual cast for identifier?
I mean, you can.
Actually, I'll Arcana first.
Everything rituals are plus 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, rituals always give a 10-minute.
I'll Arcana.
I'm not gonna lie. For a second, I thought that was like a cyanide capsule.
Yeah, he just like, they're not gonna kill me!
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No Arcana.
Oh.
What is it?
What do I roll then?
You roll an investigation.
Investigation.
Try and study it.
You're gonna hold on to it till
It's
then.
only his beholder whistle.
24.
It's a dog whistle.
Oh god. Hi.
Oh.
It's a dog whistle.
You're
Dogs!
Wait,
Fine.
we should probably make clear.
Fine.
Max is the
That's
only one that
fine.
went down there.
If they're calling
Yeah.
dogs,
Yeah,
they will
okay.
find us.
It's a dog whistle.
You're
Plus 10
right here right now.
Alone?
Everybody, not at
Alone.
everybody, not at once.
What do you mean alone?
Well, you said you went down
Oh, yeah.
to get that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna loot the bodies really fast.
All right, you see several pieces of.
Prepare a firebolt.
Is there a cliffside over here?
No, that's all rock wall.
Well, that's
Oh, it's just
unfortunate.
like a cliff wall going up.
Yeah.
You almost did it.
Over
No.
the edge.
It's just a regular cavern that was built.
So
into it.
guys, we didn't do it.
I'm
We almost
What
did.
do I gotta roll to retrieve my bolt?
Remember, bolts, any normal ammunition, you have unlimited. It's only special ammunition.
It's like, quit wasting time. Come on.
Well, I want to scavenge the pockets, see what they got on that. Anyway.
Dog whistle. Oh, Scar. Dog whistle.
That's a perception check.
Well, he's doing that. Can I just prepare a firebolt or a door?
Sure.
Firebolt? Really?
20.
Yeah, collectively,
Really?
all of them
Yeah.
have like
Really?
50 gold
Yeah.
in total.
Really?
But nothing else besides their daggers and swords.
My point exactly.
I'm saving the big stuff for later.
Look at the dogs.
You're saving the big stuff for later.
Okay.
I think you underestimate what dogs can do to a person.
Kills him
Let's
one
go.
hit.
What do you think I was trying to do? Okay, is there a door?
The 4 center rectangles are a door, and they are open.
Alright.
Saber, check it. Should like look inside, check it.
Alright.
Oh, you wanna move one down?
Test it open.
It is open.
Perception. 18 plus 5, 23.
All right, so as the map dictates, you see an elongated room with 3 pillars on each side, and you see tapestries on the side walls. No humanoids, no creatures of any kind are in this building. And it roughly seems about, if anybody could have a, you know Zap Brannigan from Futurama?
Yeah.
Just like a whole set of tapestries dedicated to the Great Richard. But the sconces that are on said pillars are lit.
Would make sense. Alright, everyone?
At the end of the hallway, you do see 2 closed doors, which are the same size as these 2 here.
Alright, well
Let's
guys,
move
everything seems to
carefully.
be clear, so.
Alright, what route would you say was the best route?
It's a big open hallway.
Okay.
Let's go.
So
Carefully.
wait.
Stealth.
Before we go any further, I'm going to give a bardic inspiration to Oscar as an emergency.
How long does this last?
Oh, for 10 minutes. Never mind. I'm holding off on it.
Yeah.
Never mind.
That's for like in the middle of a battle.
I missed the
Stealth,
10 minutes
yeah.
part there.
Stealth.
We're good on stuff. Oh, you mean roll stuff?
Yeah, that's for an hour, so you've gotta
We're
use
good.
it for a
We
while.
should roll though, so we
Okay.
actually go stealth.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, my disadvantage.
22 and 4. I get a plus 18, baby.
Ranger.
Goodness
What are you, Dex? You guys make me feel so inferior. I'm such a lowly, tiny human.
Well, mine's 20 strength, not dex.
Mine's intelligence.
And I'm still just a puny human.
I get it, guys. I get a plus 18 this time.
Oh my god.
Because the plus 8 plus the 10.
Alright. Did we all roll? Did we all roll?
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
17.
22.
34.
32.
21.
alright.
What?
You are in this elongated room. Stealth. You do recognize upon further examination of the tapestry, you're not entirely sure who the person is that is depicted on these tapestries, but it looks like the person just has one giant eye.
It's... Oh.
Is it cyclone?
No, that's... Keep your mouth shut for a bit until I know more information.
If I had to guess, I would say the beholder is warping these to his own image.
That's one possibility.
Guess you could say it's big deck.
I mean, the other possibility is the man's transformed into a beholder. I don't see how that would happen.
Or the beholder was the man the whole time, shaping everybody's reality around.
That's why you
X-Files.
want the
That's
tiny
too smart for me. I can't.
Intelligence check.
Yeah, that's too smart for me.
That was my theory. I was trying to keep it quiet.
Let's do an intelligence
That would
check. See
explain
if
how a
you
man
do.
would come out of nowhere and become famous.
That's cocked.
Anyway, what were we doing?
Anywho.
Going straight across the hall.
Well, how about like close to the pillars so that we actually have a chance to hide?
Can I just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna Arcana check one of the paintings.
Cool. They're tapestries, none of them are actual paintings.
Fake tapestries. 24?
There is nothing magical about this tapestry.
Cool, so it was just made that way. Or we're
Should we keep
perceiving
going?
it
It's
that way.
reality.
We keep going.
To be fair, reality isn't magic. So
We keep going.
Sorry, my ear started ringing really bad.
So,
Okay,
probably the
That's
helmet.
you,
No,
okay,
I-
so
I-
if you keep going,
I get that too.
who is doing what? You are in this room.
I'm taking point.
Alright, you're taking points, so you're going to the door.
Alright, should we take same order as last time?
Is it a giant
Wait.
wooden door?
Unless
It's
you want,
a
unless you
wooden
want to
inlace
check
with
for it.
metal.
Okay, I wanna just kinda.
Before you do anything, let him check the door.
Yeah,
Didn't I already do a perception check or?
Check
You did a perception check in this room,
Oh,
they're now
right.
doing it at the
Is
door.
it a stone
Right.
around the door?
So would that be perception still?
Investigate for traps.
Oh, investigation. Yeah. Nat 20. So
This door's not trapped.
perfect.
I'm
Good use
crack
of
the
that.
door and kinda see what I can peek through it.
Alright, perception.
Wouldn't that be stealth too?
3 nat 20.
It's a matter of stealth. The stealth was in the room, he still has that until something drastically changes, really.
18.
You hear several bits of footsteps. few people talking, but not near the door.
I can't make out what they're saying.
Not really.
Groups of people ahead, muffled talking, distance. Can't quite
And you
tell.
swore you saw an eyeball.
There was an eyeball.
Beholder. He knows we're here.
Well, at least you think. Let's hope they are more tasty.
Well, if we kill the bandits, he might think we're here on his side.
Probably not.
Fig.
I mean, he's pretty.
So through this here is here.
Yes.
Okay, this is the fun part. We have to stay to this route.
Right, left.
Well, yeah, seems fair.
That.
Oh, does a T stand for trap or does
Yeah.
it stand for disabled?
Trap.
For trap.
Okay, so
Wait.
I'll take point and start going. Once we go into that first circular area, turn right.
Alright. So,
So
you're
we're-
taking point.
Creeping
Yes.
along?
Alright.
Do you roll for stealth again or new?
I need you and Maximus to roll for perception.
Okay.
Oh.
First one's in.
20.
28.
Alright. Are you three directly behind them?
Yes.
Yeah.
I need you three to roll for perception.
Sorry, bad math. 26.
I got a 10.
That would be a 20.
14.
So, you hear the people. You kind of grab onto the back of his whatever cloth that he has remaining. You make a left-hand turn. As soon as you make a left-hand turn, who's the person next in point?
After Maximus?
I thought we were turning right, not
Or
left.
sorry, right. Sorry. It's Oscar and Saber, right?
Yeah, so it's
I'm sorry. I thought I saw Maximus next. So Oscar and Saber go first. Oscar and Saber, you go right. Maximus, you're taking point from that next point, right?
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you turn the corner, they are not down that corridor.
I immediately halt and turn around.
You see them behind you,
Grab onto my ropes.
and the rest of the door, and the rest of that long corridor.
Grab onto my ropes.
Alright.
As soon as you turn the corridor to make sure everybody's behind you, he's grabbing onto your cloak. Nobody else is behind you.
the fuck did they go?
Beholder messing with reality.
Wait, so
They're.
I know the map.
We're here.
You are there.
Who has the map?
That's what I was asked. I have the map.
You are right outside the big thoroughfare.
I'll let those two go first, and I'll do my talking.
So we're here.
You should.
You see an alleyway in front of you, a circle that has a left-hand turn.
Is just a left-hand turn? No, like rubble.
Nope, no rubble. Just a left-hand turn.
I think we're
Could be some just sort of illusion.
I'd be like, okay, well, like, we could be there, but I'm gonna go forward to make that left-hand turn.
Right, you're going to go forward to make that left-hand turn. You see a section that has a forward and a left-hand turn.
Looks like we're in the right place then.
So I would've felt like we came out here, so.
That can't be the same route.
No. Especially since if we would be going forward from there.
Hey, you are there. Excuse me.
Yeah, they're together.
Yeah. Normally there shouldn't there have been rubble?
So I just have a forward and a left.
You have a forward and a left-hand turn.
You're devious. Trying to think, because before I only had a left-hand turn.
Mm-hmm. Now you have a forward and a left.
I have my map.
Alright, so while you
On
guys
the left.
Alright, so you're going down the left corridor. You three make a perception.
It's the same exact thing. 26. This dice really likes
That's 20.
18.
You hear an unfamiliar voice cry out,
Jason! Jason! Where are you?
you hear footsteps approaching from the corridor directly in front of you.
Stretch.
Jason! Quit hiding! The game was over 2 hours ago!
Prepare agonizing scorcher as soon as he rounds the corner.
Alright.
I'm with them right now, right?
Yes, you three together and
And
those two
do
together.
not let go of my ropes.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Still like,
No, do you have... We take care of this and I have a plan.
Jason!
Feels weird not to be able to trust my senses.
Trust me, I have a plan. We need to take care of this guy. Prepare a bow or prepare something.
Well, that seems rather rude. We're all lost now.
Should we call out to him?
Are you lost as well, sir?
Who goes there?
Intruders like yourself.
We were traveling and we saw the cave.
What do you mean intruders?
We came into this cave.
Oh, that's not very nice. This is our job.
Well, we kind of got worried because we saw 3 dead people outside.
3 dead people.
And all of the carts had no horses.
Oh, good.
You hear...
Okay. Okay, here's the plan. I need your rope. If you have rope, give me rope. Victor.
As part of Explorer's Pack.
Victor,
yes.
do you have detect magic?
I do not.
Do you not?
Oh,
I
I
do.
do.
Cast it. Give me the rope.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to tie a pin into the rope, mold earth, put the pin in it, and remold earth, and hold the rope.
Alright, cool.
Okay.
50 feet, I'm tying my 50 feet, so I have 100 feet of rope.
Cool.
Stone locked in.
Cool.
Hold the rope.
Both gonna get cut as soon as we leave.
Back to you guys. You turn down the left corridor, and you notice that corridor is upside down.
Wait, so you took a left and they noticed the hallway's
The
upside.
hallway is upside down. You go back and look from where you came, that hallway is upside down.
We've been reversed!
I love Beholder games! I've read so much about this.
So if this entire thing's been upside down, then we've been following it upside down. Oh.
The room that you are in is right side up, though. It's just that the hallways are upside down.
Then the layout is the same?
Question mark?
Question mark.
I want to say something, but I can't.
Taken the time to study this map.
Yes.
I currently have the map.
Yes.
Would I be able to make a roll to see if I can kind of tell which general area I might be in?
It's knowledge, intelligence.
That poor guy. I wasn't... You talked me out of killing him.
It's a 19.
You're still holding on to that
You
spell?
memorize this map and its layout, and you have a safe assumption that you are in like that right
Yeah,
and then
I
up
might
one.
jump out in front of
This
us.
one, good point.
Yeah, you have a safe assumption that you are there, but you do not see rubble in that forward direction.
I'm gonna go that way.
All right. You start heading in that direction.
We've tied each other off to each other.
That's fine. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Balls.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking cocked. No, 22. That is an 18.
All right. So you're walking forward, and you notice there is a slit underneath you in the rock. As you step over it, you notice that a glaive goes right towards your head, proportionate from where it would be hanging down from. But you manage just in time to back up and not get hit by the glaive.
Oh. 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 Oh.
Anything that goes over
The glaive is now on the other side of the wall,
Does the glaive appear to be obeying
Is it
gravity
just
as
the
if it were
glaive?
upside down?
as if it was right side up.
Yep.
it? So it's just.
So instead of going whoop, it went whoop.
Okay, so it's on a stick, right?
I mean, it's on a pivot point that's below you.
I want it. I need it as a weapon. I need a glaive.
Cut the chain.
Wait, can glaives work?
You
as
can't reach
gloves?
into the compartment. It's like a very tiny.
Wait
slot.
for it to pass again.
Yeah, let me just.
Oh, no fingers.
Just stick to
Adam, what was the name of that
Can't
sword I got?
The name of the sword?
Yeah.
Don't you have the sword?
I don't have the cards, remember?
I don't remember the specific. It was a general, but I don't remember the specific sword.
Is it back to us?
You guys do cross the corridor and you are on the other side. And this room is also right side up, but you do see every 4 directions. We'll get
Okay.
back to that in a second. You
So-
guys,
Well, that doesn't.
I have
that
2
doesn't-
ideas. We walk forward, keep the rope.
Wait, hold on a second. I casted detect magic.
Oh, yeah.
Well, detect magic will detect magic. It won't detect traps.
Well, yeah, but you
But I
told me.
want to trust me on this.
so you're casting detect magic, right?
Yes.
Your whole body tingles. Magic is everywhere.
That's what I needed to know. There you go. Beholder who rules this obvious dungeon. You like collecting things? I hold up my enchanted sword. I got a sword of insert sword name here.
Yes.
You want it? Let us through.
No response.
Now we walk forward with the rope and hope that works. And we walk forward.
All right.
And then we look back a second later and the rope is cut.
All right.
Rope
What
disintegrated.
direction?
We are gonna go that way, keeping the rope with us. And every 5 feet, I'm gonna put a new pit in.
All right. So you head to that end.
You
You're at
can't,
the
you
circular
can't
room.
just keep hitting it in a rope. We'll run out very quickly.
Every 10 feet then. Just to keep it.
Still,
I don't want it to be slack.
We only have 100 feet of rope.
Those are like 15-foot long corridors.
We won't make it 4 rooms.
Okay.
We can just hold the rope, and
Okay.
if you know what, you stay back. I'll take points. If I fall, please catch me.
That's a better idea.
So you make it to the end of this corridor and you have that circular room. You turn to the left. There's another corridor that is a stairway downwards.
Oh, maybe he heard you.
I hope you're right. I feel bad if he's right, because then we're about to go meet a beholder face to face. I now regret what I did, but hey, this is what I do. I walk forward.
All right. You head forward. Walk down the steps. You're in another circular room. It has 3 corridors. All are blocked off by rubble.
I turn around.
All right. You have the stairway that goes back up.
We're not going to check.
I guess we'll check.
It's worth checking. Investigations.
Yep. I'll investigate too.
You know what? I can help you. That's always better. That's always better.
This dice really likes 18. And that once. So that's a 26.
All right. Yeah. It just seems like some sort of matter of decay or just erosion gave way, and these 3 corridors have given way.
So I guess we have to go back up the
Yep.
stairs.
Whatever the case, our map is unreliable.
We go back up the stairs.
You head back up the stairs, and once you approach the top of the stairs, you have your round room, 2 corridors, one to the left, one to the right, and the rope sitting in the middle of the room.
Drop the rope. Hang on to me.
Back to you guys.
Wait, what rope? Our rope?
Yeah.
Our rope isn't with us anymore?
Nope.
Oh, jeez.
Back to you guys.
I tried talking to it.
So we walk forward to what I think is.
R.I.P.
You walk forward to there, and now in this
Let me
center
take
room,
points.
you have
Okay,
2
but still
hallways
hang on to me.
that
Wait,
both
Isn't your
have
dexterity higher?
arcing
18
curve
dexterity.
hallways.
Do you have proficiency in dexterity?
They both head towards the
No,
same
I do
direction,
not.
but they
Okay,
curve into
okay.
it.
So that makes a difference.
I want to walk forward to the wall and just see.
I have acrobatics.
You touch the
Good
wall.
stuff.
It's where I thought like the broken rubble should be.
Actually, no. Not
It is a stone cold wall that has a
Athletics.
sconce on it.
athletics.
I'm tired of these petty games.
As if it were that simple.
Go
Right,
left.
guys, let the players do it.
Sorry, sorry.
Yep.
So we go left.
If memory serves correct. Go left. This thing's fucking with us. Go right.
Math is useless to us.
I guess we go right.
All right, you're still taking point.
And I'm going gingerly and gently looking for traps because that glade was a little close for
You
comfort.
All right, so that'll be an
You
investigation.
want help with investigation?
Yeah, you want to look with me? It's
You
what I'm
have
gonna
it.
do. That's a nat 20.
Yeah.
All right, so there's no traps in this hallway. It's a good 15-foot circumference. and it gets to another circular room that's a little bit larger, got a little bit more of a dome, probably about 30 feet in diameter, that has a single lever in the center of it. No markings, no runes,
You're having too much fun.
few sconces, but a single sideways lever that is currently in the left-hand position.
Oh, those poor thieves are so dead.
They are.
I wonder how many like dimensions the actual map is in right now. Like if it's in like 4 dimensions.
Come here, puss. Grab. Pull the lever, dog.
No! Pull the lever, Kronk!
Anything happen?
Nope.
That's the worst part.
Like the odds in the ceiling that go down.
Just start janking
Back
the
to you
lever back
guys.
and forth.
Make perception checks.
Oh no.
More perception checks.
Did you guys
God damn it!
Did you guys perceive that?
Damn.
It's a 26.
Oh,
An
geez.
18 again?
These were rolling nothing but 18s all fucking night.
It's loaded dice.
Okay then.
Don't take it,
12.
you're lucky.
7.
I was gonna roll.
Maximus, you hear off in the distance.
No, it's just them.
Okay. What happened? You just hear confusion and screaming.
Silverleaf or Oscar! Oscar!
No response.
Would I hear any of that?
You don't hear anything.
Okay, so what directions do we have?
You have
Good.
the
Kill
3
me.
directions, and the 2 directions, left and right,
Right
and
here?
then back down the stairs.
So as
Here?
Yes.
You pulled the lever too
Can-
much.
Can he be examining for traps from behind me? Just behind me?
Yeah.
Okay, so you do that, I'll be ahead and I'll be ready to dodge.
Okay, I'll examine for traps.
Because dodges are awesome because they give
that's an
advantage on dex
investigation.
saves.
Oh, I'm good at
You've
investigation.
been on a lot of things.
I mean, this is just something anyone can do
That was
actively.
not an
still.
18. It's a
Ready to
17.
dodge.
You see that
Did I take
off the right-hand side, there are 3 distinct rocks that are elevated from the rest of the rock.
So on the left-hand side,
Right-hand.
side, there's 3 raised. It's a trapped rock. It looks like a pressure rock.
Pressure plates.
Pressure plates.
Okay,
I
so,
point them out to him and Lee.
okay, so we go examine them and then try to go over them.
Yep. So since it was pointed out, obviously you guys tread over them. You get to a new room. This one is square in shape, unlike any of the others.
I roll up the map. This is a beholder, warping dimensions. The Silverleaf are all dead. They obviously weren't guests.
There is a ladder in the center of the room that goes up to a room and down to a room.
Guys, what do you think? Up or down?
We may as well be flipping pieces at this point.
You start climbing up. I'll be right behind you. You
They're
better
following it
stay
soon.
right behind me.
I just picture him being lazy and I do pull him out and just.
Make a
me?
dexterity saving
Maybe.
throw.
Oh.
That would be 17.
You grab a hold of the ladder and you're going up or down?
Up.
Alright. You are going up. You start climbing the ladder. Who is going on after him?
Me?
Make a dexterity saving throw.
Make sure you don't just fall off the ladder. Well, it's just made
20.
of snakes.
They can totally do that.
Alright. You start climbing up the ladder.
Snake ladder.
Are you going afterwards?
Yep. That's a 13.
You start climbing up the ladder after them. You notice that you're not getting any higher on the ladder. You two go off to the next hand room. You step off the ladder. You're in another circular room
I would be checking for him.
Yeah,
that
well,
has one corridor. You notice that he's just hanging onto the ladder.
Victor,
Yeah.
I throw down rope. Use this.
Okay. I just.
He's holding his hands out to you.
What?
He's doing this to you.
What?
He's just holding his hands out to you.
Hold on to what?
The rope.
What rope?
Oh, god damn it. You know what? Fuck you, beholder. I offered
Can I do
you
like
my
a
sword.
Can I do a perception check at disadvantage?
it's just having
Sure.
fun.
I know it is. And You know, actually, thank you, Beholder. You're killing a lot of Silverleaf.
Never mind.
Oh, come on. Were we on that bad?
How you doing down there, Victor?
What did you roll for perception?
I rolled a nat one.
Victor?
You went
Roll for
blind.
perception.
Victor? 18.
You notice that he gets off the ladder.
Victor, what are you doing? You're getting off the ladder.
What?
You notice that you are now hugging a pillar.
Victor!
There's no hole above you.
Is
You
there...
are hugging a pillar in a square room.
Oh dear.
Do we still see him?
He is out of your vision.
The ladder?
Is the
The
whole
ladder's there.
Oh.
We have to go back to... Do we try and beat this? Or do we go back for
He
him?
just yoded you out of the...
We go back down the ladder.
Alright,
We're getting
so
rid of
you
that
go back
one.
down the ladder and it's the previous...
This is like bragging on the wall.
Is
It's
it
in
there?
Yo.
No, Darren.
We have to beat this.
Oh, this is. I feel so helpless. This is wonderful.
Give me a minute, I need to actually check with...
Oh,
Alright, so back to you guys.
this is like.
Tonk, 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 tonk.
So there, is there a
Can
door
you
in
look
this
up what
room?
rope trick does?
No, it is just the entranceway that you came back.
I'm looking at all my...
Just go left.
It does nothing, so we're gonna go back
Bye.
and then go.
You're gonna go on the left-hand side this time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright.
There is
For a
a
reason.
You go through the left-hand side, no traps. You notice it's the same exact room. The lever's now on the ceiling. It's a little bit out of your reach.
Stand on each other's shoulders.
Ah, there it is.
How tall is the ceiling?
1
About
hour.
15,
touch a
20
length
feet
of
up.
rope, 60 feet.
Oh.
I'm gonna jump and
Raises
smack
into
that
the
lever.
air, turns it
Make
again,
a dexterity
enters into an
saving
invisible
throw.
entrance.
Or acrobatics.
I have a 20-foot jump. 40 with the
Can roll up to.
You still have to try and hit it.
meters.
Wait, hold on. Are you using your intelligence
The
or
rope can be
strength?
pulled into the
Because
space.
you're
Well, I have a
and appear
20-foot jump.
invisible.
If I use it with.
Well,
if I'm not-
intelligence is just
spells
for
count.
the. It's strictly intelligence.
Yeah.
Oh, you
That's
can
only
you-
if he's adding the modifier. Remember, your
But if
you're
jump height
inside,
is
you
half
can see
like
outside.
your speed or
Damn, I was
whatever.
hoping it'd be
Or
something.
it's part of your
Rope
strength
beat that
modifier.
each other.
So he's still
Well,
jumping
then
for
keep that in
strength,
mind
but
if
if you
you
want to
see
add on
bigger
to
one.
it,
He would use intelligence, yeah.
My strength, I can jump and
If I use
slam my
a
face
rope
5 feet
dimension
through
inside
the
of
ceiling.
this
That'd be entertaining, but not.
It'd probably lead
realistic.
wherever the
Uh,
heck it wanted.
You said dexterity to smack it?
Let's not
Yeah.
use that.
That was 19.
Alright,
Well, there goes my idea.
you smack it, the lever falls off its hinges and just clatters to the ground. But you do hear a click.
Did I win?
Alright,
You just
I
sealed their
apologize.
doom.
Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be going for like 1 minute.
You just
Short break,
ended the
actually, I
doom.
need to.
Oh, okay, so we'll be taking a very short break. We will be back momentarily.